Alright, so welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel. We're currently on an airship, which is kind of cool. We're using it to go to our next field study in Rower. And we're actually going together as a whole class. Well, half of us are going to Rower and the other half is going to Ordis, but we're traveling together anyway. And we're just doing a flyby in Heimdall now, and we'll see what Chancellor Osborne and the Intelligence Division leader, Lecter? See what they're talking about here. Heh, can you believe it? It's been almost 2 years already. And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberal to make a second Arceal class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference. One way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering. Okay.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
That sounded a little ominous. Oh, cool. We actually get to see the inside of it. Neat. It's currently 10:02, and we have a northwesterly wind blowing in at the speed of 11 arg. We've just passed through the Schwarzendorf barriers airspace into the province of Nortia. Current speed is 3050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 arg.
Aye, aye, Captain. So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. So you actually managed to get the Reinford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 arg, it's almost twice the size of the original Arceal. And with its support, and with its sporting 20 of ZCF's high-performance engine, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3000 SPH. Not quite as fast as the Arceal's 3600 SPH, but the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I'd heard something like this was in development. but I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it. Wow, now we have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is. But what I don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless... Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't a part of any military force. Huh? So wait, is it officially regarded as the property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arseed. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master. Couldn't have asked for a stronger deterrent than that, I'll say. Well, that's my hope, anyway. About half of the crew here are all known from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me with as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Koval's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I'd never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah. That makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now, but having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the moon strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed it should take less than an hour to reach Roar. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I'll take you up on that. And that's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit and look out the windows, of course. Since we had the captain's permission, we each set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what this top-of-the-line airship had to offer. Okay. Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but most of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're actually honored to have been invited aboard, though. We can rest a bit easier once we arrived in Roar knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not this ship's only purpose. Well, True, building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it is as a deterrent. Laura's right, there has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month. But I'm proud to see how much you've grown just since you enrolled at the academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So, tell me, Reen, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times, I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. We're glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you'll continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to abide inappropriate behavior toward my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, sir. But I'd like to think I know how to conduct myself toward my classmates. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. And yes, we are dating, so leave us alone. What are the two of you going on with all your whispering and furtive glances? It's nothing you need concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you on your field studies safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. Okay, so... see if we can find any other scenes. Talked to Machias already. Talked to Laura. Anything with Gaius? Nope. Always know it's a cutscene because it'll like pan away a little bit or... yeah. Let's check out the hold. It's not very big. There's someone right here though. Hello. Okay, so not allowed in the factory room, but that's fine. Oh, there's Sharon and Elisa. This guy looks familiar. He looks like that guy from Heimdall. I don't remember Professor Thompson, but I do remember Peyton, I think. He seems familiar. Alright. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford Company was involved in developing something at this scale all this time. Then I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinford Group. Lately, the directors have... I knew it. Oh? Hello, Master Reen. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Rower. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Rower, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right. You're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Roar. Sure, why not? Roar used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Nordia province, it's under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large this city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even longtime residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Roar is the Saxon iron mine. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Reinford Group's products in some form or other. The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it, even our textbooks mention the Saxon mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Roar, you can't miss the Reinford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Elisa. I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. Well, just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. Sharon knows too much. Alright, and let's go to the last place we haven't been to yet. Wait, that's not the door. Here we go. I think it's the junction area. Oh, here are our friends. Hello. Are you three working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we've only got the general gist of it figured out now, but... let me ask you, Reen, would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. Rehearsing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. It lets us use both plans too. Yeah, you won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. Degree of class to take them on. Alright, well, let's, can we even go these ways? No, that's a boarding gate. Is this a boarding gate too? Yep. Hello, friend. Can we go to the front deck? Major Vander. Alright. We will go say hello. I didn't know we were allowed to come out here. Oh, here are all the girls. Hello, girls. That's right, she does have Aragetlum. It's kind of weird though. I guess does Erebonia not have airships as like cuz Liberal or Liberal, they had airships. Like, you just use them as regular travel. Like, they didn't really use the trains. But I don't know. That was in Trails of the Sky, but it was called Trails of the Trails in the Sky. So, all right, let's talk to Prince Oliver. At long last, the Courageous has finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest. I'll take your word for it. This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together. It was no easy ride, I'll say that. I doubt it would have come together without the prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arseed installed as its captain. I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal. Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third party capable of acting independently of the nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal. A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish. The road will be a difficult one, though. True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart, just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous, and for the brave men and women of your class. Your Highness, we live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against any prevailing climate. Well, that's the hope, at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study. Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them. So now I have to go, I think, to the complete opposite side. Because I think I saw some exclamation marks on that side. So just Sarah and Toval. Instructor Sarah, Toval, what are you guys doing out here? Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping. That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I last saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram. Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though. Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too. Clearly it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arseed. This airship really is in a class of its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master. This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people. That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbow branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though. Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors I've lost count. McLean? Wait, are you talking about... Oh yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over in the Crossbow branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit. The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I'd never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form and sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade. Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago. Though from what I heard, he left the Way of the Sword behind a while back. Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia? Wait, 2 years ago? It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They started guild branches all around the Empire, one after another, and your dear sweet instructor was out of a job. I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folk from the Eight Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know? Me? A bracer? Huh, I never really thought about it before. Hey, there's enough of us singing bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students. Never hurts to start 'em early. Seriously though, we're always looking for good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down. I'll give it some thought. I'm glad he didn't elaborate on the incident because I still haven't played the full Trails in the Sky trilogy. Only played the first one at this point. But do
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready. Roy's Airport granted us permission to land.
Commence landing preparations, and keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain. Preparing the Courageous to land. Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make 'em count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. You guys be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, it sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it, we'll be fine. We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Take care in Roar, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. Hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'll be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. Oh, I think I could find the energy. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. The spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will. The Courageous touched down at the massive Rower Airport, where we parted ways with the members of Group B, with us safely on the ground. We wasted no time taking to the skies again, ferrying the others west to Ordis, and guided us to the Rhineford corporate headquarters without missing a step. Obviously, not only is she from Rower, she works for the Rhineford company and probably does a lot more than a mage should do. Or would be expected to do. This tunnel goes on forever. I can't help but recall trying to navigate Corellia Fortress. I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar. Well, we're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Roar has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about, but I can't deny it's true. Looks like we're finally out. Whoa. The city extends above and below? Well, Roragor grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You were right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. The Rhineford corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Rhineford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Alright. So with that, we'll take a break here. Finally arrived in Ruhr, instead of Roer, as I've been saying. Ruhr. So yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.